Women are about 1.5 times more likely than men to experience work-related stress. That is roughly 920 cases per 100,000 women, compared to about 500 men. So if you're feeling consistently drained, overwhelmed, like you're always turned on but you're not going anywhere, right? That isn't random. It's not a personal failure. It's the way your female physiology is created. Why are women, especially those in service lines, right, service roles, carrying so much stress in the first place, right? And most importantly, why does no one teach you how to handle it properly, right? So if you're a woman in service role, you're not just dealing with workload, you're dealing with emotional load, you're dealing with mental load, and here's the thing, nervous system overload. Let me be direct with you. If you're a woman in service, you're an entrepreneur, you're in healthcare, you're in coaching, sales, teaching, even at home, right? Your stress, it's not just coming from the overload, it's coming from how you preserve and use your energy. And most women don't even realize that this is causing them exhaustion. If you're new here, hi, my name is Baita, and I help women reach their potential, overcome their hidden patterns, and become the woman who is able to hold and nurture and expand her capacity in making more money, more health, more fitness, more of everything, so they can live life fully. Stress is not just about being busy, right? Stress is what happens in your nervous system when it is switched on for way too long without completing the cycle. It's going on and on and on and on. In the service-based roles, right, this happens all the time because you are listening to people who you want to be of value of, you're holding space for others, you are anticipating needs, you are managing emotions, and you're holding space for yourself and others. You're not just simply executing tasks, you are actually regulating the environment you are in. And here's the problem, right? No one teaches you how to switch that off, right? This is why when you are done with work, you feel like you're still working. So your body always stay on low level survival mode even after your work is done, right? That is why you're not able to fully relax. You feel wired even though you're tired. Small things start to irritate you although they are not the root. Rest doesn't feel like it's enough. You wake up feeling tired, right? These are the 5 mistakes that are draining you that you need to be aware of, right? Because these patterns need to stop. Mistake number 1, carrying what isn't yours. If you're a woman in service, you're not just helping, you are actually holding on to people's problems even after the interaction ends, right? Don't you overthink that problem? You replay the conversation, you think about what you could have said better for them. You feel responsible for their pain and their outcome. That isn't service, that is emotional over-carrying. You need to shift this from I need to make sure they are okay to I showed up fully, but the rest is not mine to carry. Mistake number 2, staying on all day long. You don't give your whole body as a system a break. You go from client, task, conversation, meeting, phone, one after another. No pause there, no reset there, no regulating there. So your nervous system never really got a signal that it is safe to relax, safe to let go. Even 1 minute of pattern interrupt matters, right? In between tasks, what you can do is you can pause, you can breathe slower, you can drop your shoulders. This is how you prevent it from building up. Mistake number 3, no transition between work and rest. You expect yourself to go from high functioning mode, stay there all day long, And suddenly when you want to sleep, you expect it to rest down. It doesn't work that way, right? You need a transition ritual, something that tells your nervous system, I am no longer available and responsible for everyone else right now. I'm only responsible for my body to chill right now. Right? Simple examples would be shower when you get back home. You feel the energy changing. Change clothes intentionally. Give yourself this nice little self-care, then you feel pampered right before you go to sleep. And in this way, you are signaling your nervous system it's time for yourself. Work mode is off. Sit in silence for 5 minutes before doing anything, right? When you silence yourself for 5 minutes, you are interrupting this pattern of your nervous system going on and on and on and on. Instead, you're signaling it to just calm down. Mistake number 4, over-identifying with being the strong one or the resilient one, right? No one is going to be resilient 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week, 365 days in a year, right? There must be a time where you rest, relax, regulate, and do all of the things that is necessary for you to fill up your cup. If you have built an identity around being the reliable one, the capable one, the one who holds everything together, it's not just building up the status, right? It comes with a lot of cost. You think that this person doesn't deserve to rest. That is why you keep going on and on and on and on, even when things get difficult. It is okay to take one step back and reflect and relax. And if anything, that is real resilience, where you identify where you need to calm down, one step back and relax so that you can recalibrate. Right? Mistake number 5 is scheduling a time for you to not do anything. I think this is the most difficult one. Your version of rest is still doing something, scrolling while just laying down, thinking that is rest, learning or reading, fixing, arranging, rearranging. Those aren't rest. That is still output. Your nervous system need actual moments of rest where there is literally no input, no output, no responsibility, no nothing. If you must sit in front of the wall and just stare at the wall for 5 minutes at least, that is already doing wonders for your nervous system. Because you're going to notice a lot of things that comes up in your mind that says, oh my god, I can't just sit down here and do nothing. But that is what I want you to understand, because this is going to build that resilience and a boundary within yourself that says it's okay not to do anything and still feel good about yourself, right? So carve a little bit of time in your day and do nothing, and this can change your baseline energy. And finally, this is where we do a lot of integration, right? Here's what I want you to truly understand. Your emotional burnout, your mental breakdown, it's not because you're feeling weak. It's because you're doing everything that is against your physiology, because nobody teaches you how to manage your energy. Of course, they don't teach us in school, but they often say you must be the strong woman, you must be the woman who does everything, you are the one who's going to be taking care of everything. But if you don't change this narrative, you will keep pouring out from a place that is already depleted, right? But the moment you learn to stop over-carrying, regulate in real time, create clear limitations and boundaries, and learn how to protect your energy, everything around you feels so much different, right? You don't just feel better, you show up better for yourself, more grounded, more clarity, and more responsive instead of reaction, If this resonates with you, this is something that I do with my clients. I help women reset their nervous system, rebuild their energy, and actually feel at ease and in control of their life again. And if you're ready for that work, start by first becoming aware of your patterns, right? And if you want deeper guidance, you can always explore my work through the links that I insert below. You don't have to keep living in survival mode or mini survival mode in order for you to be a woman of service, a woman of value, a woman of worth. So change your energy, change your life.